Yep, that's me. About 4 years ago, I graduated from Monash University with a Bachelor's of Business majoring in Economics and Business Strategy. I thought I had my life planned out. I had completed my university studies, a full-time job, and pretty much still making videos and, spending time with friends and family. And all that suddenly changed until COVID-19 happened. In 2020, COVID-19 took the world by storm, with millions and millions of people getting infected, and many lives were lost in the process. Life was hard back then because the last 2 to 3 years, I was pretty much going through the same routine. I would wake up, get out of bed, head straight to my desk for work, eat, do some more work, and pretty much hop online with my mates on Discord and basically repeated the same routine over and over.
Wow, wow.
Damn, dog.
Wow, sick intro now. Whoa. Sure.
That's too good.
Hey, you do you, man.
Even after the pandemic, I was still lost. I still didn't know what to do with my life. That's when a friend reached out to me and asked, "Hey, wanna go try bouldering sometime?"
Got it! And bear in mind, I've been a pretty sporty person. Like, I've done different kinds of sports like tennis, volleyball, and badminton, but bouldering was such a different sport in itself. The first 2 years of climbing was a challenge. During the pandemic, it was either climbing gyms were not opened at all, or you pretty much had to book a time slot to be able to climb at the gym, and it's pretty much was a first come first serve basis. My fitness wasn't that great either, not being able to do any of the sports and sort of spend most of my days sitting at my desk, and the only form of exercise was to go on walks to try not breach the 5-kilometer limit. Eventually my climbing drastically improved, and I started to post climbing content on my Instagram and YouTube. Then suddenly one day my phone rang and I received a notification on one of my climbing videos. And to my surprise, a climbing gym commented on one of my bouldering send. And it was from a random climbing gym located in Tokyo, Japan, asking me, "Hey, you should come to our climbing gym when the pandemic is over. A lot of climbing friends telling me that the climbing scene in Japan is crazy, especially with its challenging setting and dynamic climbing. And in today's video, after 4 years of training and waiting, we're going to be exploring this climbing gym. Good morning, guys. It's day 3 of our Japan trip. So if you sound a bit nasally because I think I may have caught a cold. So as you could see in last video, I was at Shibuya Sky, and you know, I was only wearing a jumper considering it was very hot during the day. But one thing that you should know about around March, that it goes from like hot to like super cold, and I paid the price for it. So what we're planning on doing today, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm actually planning to go climbing in Japan for the first time. Unfortunately, we can't go to B Pump Akihabara because they still have that bouldering competition. So actually going to this really special climbing gym near Yokohama. I think it's like 10-20 minutes away. What's so special about this gym is they actually reached out to me, I think like years ago, when I was like posting bouldering clips consistently, and they were like, oh yeah, you should come to the gym and climb when COVID eases. Anyways, before we head off, we're gonna grab breakfast, but I just want to let you guys know, like, I hope these are very entertaining for you guys, sort of give you insight on what I've been doing in Japan. I know that I posted quite a lot of Japan content, but honestly, Japan's been absolutely so fun. So I'm just waiting for the rest of my mates. Half of them have already went up to Yokohama because we're also going to the Gundam factory as well. So yeah, let's go get breakfast.
Surrounded 20 bandits, yeah, but they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important.
The next station is Kanda.
So after we had breakfast at Matsuya, we headed to the local train and train all the way to Yokohama. Before we stopped by the Gundam factory, we checked out this local shopping strip called Motamachi Street. It had a couple of nice shops and stalls, and even had some cool finds like this Coca-Cola vending machine. And then after a couple more minutes of walking, we finally made it to the Gundam base at Yokohama, which holds one of the largest Gundam statues in the entire world. It was really cool to see how the whole Gundam statue was made all the way back in 2014. It was pretty sad though, because this was actually the last month that they were gonna have the Gundam before they take it down. And they even had some live performances as well. After that, the boys and I decided to have some lunch at Yokohama Chinatown, one of the biggest Chinatowns in all of Tokyo. We had some really nice Chinese food and even stopped by to meet some new friends.
Yokohama's like, I straight up like Japanese now. Oh my god. No.
Alright, so it's pretty much almost 6 p.m. just split off from the main group. What I'm planning to do now is finally what I've been heading to the climbing gym that's just Yokohama. So this gym, it's called Bouldering Gym Share. So it's like in a really sort of like a low-key area of Yokohama. It's called Tsurumi Ichiba Station. I had a look at the climbs. It looks challenging. Not going to be doing a lot of projecting. Just going to be climbing most of the boulders. I'll probably try to cut it down and try to climb around my grade and maybe a few grades down, because obviously I don't want to like go super hard. The gym is 5 minutes away.
Alrighty, so Bouldering Gym Share. Surprisingly, this gym is decently close. It's only a couple of minutes from the local train station. As you see in the footage here, it's good variation of walls, a couple of incline, cave and slab. Going to be doing a bit of warm-ups. And surprisingly, these warm-up climbs were quite challenging. So how the Japanese grading system works is it starts off at 8Q, which is technically like a V0, and sort of works your way up to 1Q. And after the Q, it moves over to Dan and start off with 1 Dan up to 4, which is more of the challenging ones. And right here, I'm currently working on a climb that involves a lot of pockets. And yeah, this is quite a challenging warm-up considering I forgot my widget, like the Spartan person I am.
Alright, moving up from 8Q to 6Q. Not bad. So far, so good. I reckon when I go past the queues or go up all the queues, it's gonna get a lot harder. Alright, back on the slab wall. Okay. It's a lot more challenging. That's definitely a lot more challenging.
Moving on, we're now working on some harder problems. Before, I think I went from 6Q and then started working my way up. I think during this session I made it to 4Q,
which is converted to maybe a V3 or 4, which is roughly whereabouts I'm climbing. But honestly, how Japanese grading works is they sort of smoosh grades together into one. So like what I'm climbing is considered pretty novice to Japanese climbers.
Right, let's try this white. Alright, next 4Q.
So just a disclaimer, if you guys remember in my previous video, I went to a climbing physio before I went to Japan, and that is because I had a wrist issue. And the one thing that my physio told me was to avoid slopers, and as you can see here, I did not take my physio's advice at all.
That's hard. Do I heel hook? No.
After a couple of attempts on that sloper incline problem, like the smart person I am, I just continued climbing. I think at the end of the session, I sort of went down a couple of grades and tried to build up my endurance, because to be honest, with this wrist injury, I didn't climb as often as I could. Definitely gonna try and heal my wrist as much as possible, because you know, I want to try and climb as much as I can. But as you can see here, I had a couple of guys come in and they were working on this paddle dyno problem, and this guy here, he just could not stop doing attempts. Like, even though his forearms were pumped, like he just kept going and going. Meanwhile, I would just do maybe like 4 or 5 attempts at most and just give up just by amount of blood that's going into my forearms. Yeah, like honestly, this session sort of gave me an indicator that, you know, I have a lot of work to do in terms of my climbing, and looking forward to what Japan climbing has to offer.
So pretty much just finished climbing at bouldering gyms share, and I gotta say, like, Japan has top quality gyms, not just problem wise, but I think the climbs are very challenging. Like even though most of them are very juggy, like a lot of them were very dynamic, I noticed, and it's like they were very like meticulous about their like body positioning, where you place your feet, and not gonna lie, some of the climbs I actually got humbled pretty hard, like, and I noticed that the grading systems were a lot different. Instead of like V0 to V10 plus, it goes from like 8Q down to like 4 Dan. So honestly, it was just an eye opener, and just learning about like the Japanese climbing culture and scene. You know, you got athletes like Tomoe Narasaki, Akio Noguchi, Fubuta Ito, Ashima as well, and Iron Mori. Like, those climbers come from Japan, and I can see why that they're top class athletes. I'm gonna get changed pretty much. Got an hour train all the way back to Akihabara, grab dinner, and yeah, wrap up this climbing session. Alright, just finished my late night feed. Didn't get back home until like 9:30, so a lot of the restaurants are closed due to it being a Sunday, so a brand new week ahead. So yeah, so thanks so much for watching this vlogs. I really appreciate it. It's going to be really tough trying to record all these days in Japan and then editing it, but hopefully it's not only just for my enjoyment, but it's also memory for my friends as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next vlog, and yeah, peace.
Okay. No. I remember one time that. Oh, it's so. Will you want? I swear to God, I literally want to wait. We're actually done. Let's go! Oh my God.